Good evening, everyone. So every time when you see me at this hour, you know we are on Friday. Okay, once upon a time on Friday. So before we start the session tonight, I'm going to make myself more comfortable, relaxing mode. Yeah, because it's a Friday night. And before I want to share the story, so I'm going to make some coffee first. This is because if you notice tonight, our topic and our stories is going to take you all the way to Indonesia, Flores Island. And something that I always remember about Flores is I think maybe if you do some searching, you will remember that there is a natural UNESCO site, which is Komodo Island. Yeah. But today my story is more on the Flores local community. So every time when I think about Flores, I think about this is a very important element. Keep reminding me is the coffee. Okay. So I just received few days ago. They sent me all the way from the Forest Island. It's cool, right? And reason they know I miss Forest so much, so they actually sent me the bean all the way from the forest. And I'm just grind myself, and I'm going to make myself a relaxing tonight. Yeah. So this is how I will make a coffee for myself. Okay, going to brew the coffee. Yep. So I hope you have a drink with you. Tonight is going to be a very relaxing night, and tonight the story, it's a very interesting story too. Because of that, I learned very important message. It's about why this local community, why the Mother Nature is so important, okay, to them. So I hope you have a drink with you. And in case in the future I got a chance to meet you up, then maybe what I'm going to do is I will brew you a coffee also. Okay, it's I think the it's enough. Okay. Okay, so after this, I'm going to, while waiting for my coffee to make, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share you a short video. Okay, I'm going to share you a short video. What time now? I think we still have to wait for others to come in now. Oh, it's fine. It's okay. Let's play for video since we already have audience here. So let's start with the first video first. And then I'll tell you more a little bit story behind.
Today with me is Pak Aloy. So he is a Leonese, and currently we are in the Leonese traditional house. So before we can enter into the traditional house, so Pak Aloy will explain to me a little bit. You can see we have a very interesting the symbol here. So there is a purpose and also a meaning. So jadi Pak Aloy, sebelum kita masuk ke rumah, mengapa tangan kita kena pegang di sini, ya, disentuh, ya.
Terima kasih. Supaya disentuh itu, maksudnya kita selalu menghormati sang yang melahirkan kita.
Okay. So from the explanation that why we touch the symbol of the breast, that is to remind us every human was born by the mother. So this is to show the respect to the mother. So lepas kita sentuh di sini, kita akan pergi ke sebelah. Ya, di sebelah. Jadi di sebelah sininya adalah apanya maksud yang kita kena sentuh.
Yang satu lagi yang sebelah kanan ini, sebelah kanan
Yeah.
sebelah kanan ini maksudnya karena ini anak darah yang untuk minum ahli waris setelah mama ini meninggal.
Oh, yang mama meninggal. So that is the so from the mother, now we go into the next generation. So this is actually the symbol of the younger women. So it shows that the heritage, it will be inherited continuously. So we will touch. So when we entering the house, when we both side being touched, that is also a kind of like a blessing, and also brings the fertility. Yeah. Terima kasih.
Ya, sama-sama.
Okay, welcome back. So I think you just listening to a story from we call it the Loy tribe. So this is basically the community is one of, I would say, the biggest community in Flores Island. And I found out then, in fact, that was 2000, now it's already 2021, right? In fact, was my, before the COVID trip, I think in 2019, yes, 2019. I always wanted to look for, some destinations or some island in the what do you call, in part of the Southeast Asia, which is less popular. That's why one of my colleague in Indonesia, he actually recommended that we should go to Flores. And then trust me and believe me, this Flores trip, in fact, our preparation is about 1 year. Okay, and then finally, we, because they all understand that I don't usually enjoy destination who are very touristic site. So they have to find the real local, for me to visit. And I always fascinating about the local culture. So just now you just hear the story of this Loy tribe. I guess you find it interesting, right? Because why I say, because they really respect women. So when I first arrived there in this village, in fact, this village is situated in above 1,000 meter sea level. And because of the location, I would say that if you do not have any local guide or you don't find anyone, I don't think you will reach there and you will find this village. And then when I arrived this village, actually it's at the Regency Ende, it's somewhere in the central of the Forest Island. Then when it took some time because we have to fly there, and then after that, oh, my coffee is done. Okay, just a minute. So what happened was when I arrived there, and it's actually I just realized when you are 1,000 meter above sea level, and the weather is very cooling. Okay, the weather is very cooling, and then I think you see from the description just now, the house, they are all very simple. That's why, because their house is so simple. Today I'm actually dressed this. So maybe to you it's a sarong, but this is like a piece of cloth. Yes, you can call it a sarong, but it's not using the wax. This one they using, the technique is called ikat and weaving. Okay, it's something like our songket weaving, but combination with weaving. So it's using cotton. It's very thick. Then I understood like why their dressing. Usually they will wear like usually they don't have short sleeve. They have to wear something to cover, and also with a very thick cotton type of sarong. Okay, and when I soon arrived there, I found like interesting is every doorstep. So they have the symbol, symbol of a pair of breasts. And that's why I feel like there must be the meaning behind. And this is what they believe as this Loy community. They believe in like, if every human being who gave birth to us is the mother. So the first respect, if you want to entering into any house, right? The first how we show the respect is we touch the breast, like what I did just now. So that is a simple message. The simple message to make human understand, always remember our mother's love. So without mother, there's no human. And that's why they have on the other side. So mother one day will pass away. So all this culture, all this education message behind it to make human keep reminding themselves, the best way is that's why they will make a young pair of the breast. That is a symbolic as a young girl. That means it's something will for carry on and continuous to pass down. So that's why you have the left and have the right. So both you touch the left and the right, then only you entering it. Yeah. So the whole trip, of course, I don't just visit the house, and I have a chance to meet like Pa Aloy, and actually they hosting me in a very simple manner. They don't have like a luxury food for me, but they make me a cup of coffee. And that's why tonight I want to make myself a cup of coffee. And this coffee bean, the love they send all the way, from this village also. That's something, make me, I think the sentimental values is so strong. So I think as a tourist or as a traveler, sometimes when we traveling, it's not just listening to someone's story, but all this story is really, touch me. And until today, like I think why women, it's playing a very important role that always that I think everybody should respect women because without mother, without us, yeah. So when soon as I get into the house, although it's very simple, actually it's quite dark inside, to be honest, because they don't have electricity. Everything they use simple like candle and also a simple fire. And you guess what is the next Pa Aloy he served me. So he served me a cup of coffee. So I want you to enjoy the next video now. Okay, that's how they host the guests.
Hello, now I'm in Leo, but now a different scenery. So now we are in the coffee plantations with me, Pa Aloy.
Yeah.
Mr. Aloy is the owner of the plantations. Actually, this is part of his village in Leo. So instead of planting something, other plantations, he also planting the coffee. So that's what I experienced today with the Leonese traditional house in Wologai. Enjoy.
So I'm going to share this cup of coffee all the way from Wologai village, which I just mentioned to you, the Leo tribe, and in the Flores Island. So enjoy with me. So trust me, I actually originality I'm not a coffee lover. Even long time I didn't taste coffee very much, and because of this journey and this experience, it's really changed my mind. Because when I learned about the simple way of the coffee bean making, and that's how they just use fire to fry the coffee bean, and they just pound, and after that they just use hot water and turn it into a cup of coffee. But when I drink the coffee, the taste and the significant meanings here is, I think it's the sincerity. And when you're looking at the environment, then you start realizing that, wow, actually coffee is full of story too. And not only just how they actually grow the coffee, and but importantly is I think is the geographical area, and it's above 1,000 meter above the sea level. And the interesting I learned about luwak, So at first, Pa would just serving me, and then he asking me my permission. It's like, actually, I got some special coffee to serve you also. So I say, what is that? He said, luwak. I say, oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to drink luwak coffee. I told them. The reason is because of, I was in Bali Island, and I went to some coffee farm. But actually, the way they make the luwak coffee is a very different manner. Then only part was explained to me. Then finally I understood. Suppose it's actually a very natural way, because this luwak they will come out certain season, especially almost harvest, getting when all the coffee bean was started, to turning into red, and because of the great smell, and then all these luwak will take it coffee as their food. That's why they eat the coffee bean. Okay, and after that, of course, they will throw as a poo-poo. So then they start collecting the poo-poo and come along with some businessmen. And to trust me, for the local people, to them, luwak coffee is just like, one of the nature way, because of the in the ecosystem, animal need fruit, and fruit will eat it. And after that, they just collecting, and they find that, it's don't waste, don't waste. So they have just washing it and processing, into a coffee bean again. Okay, and then they turn it into coffee. But for some business-minded person, started to take this as an opportunity. But my understanding is actually when they sell it, they don't sell it as very expensive. But later on, they want them to cultivate more this type of coffee bean, so they start to pay a little bit higher. Yeah, but for the villagers, to them, it's the same. Whether it's still a coffee bean. Yeah, and after visiting this village, had changed my mindset about the luwak coffee and also about the coffee bean. And then if you're looking at today, then we will start understand also many nutrition, and also if you look at some benefit health of coffee, is actually good for human body. Yeah. So maybe for those who never think to have coffee, it's time for you to change a little bit your mindset for healthy purpose, not become an addicted. Okay, I didn't ask you to addict it. So just like me, one day at least a morning, a cup of coffee. That is very common. This is how I spend my morning, and each time I brew the coffee, and it will remind me, especially to this village, okay, to this special village, and reminds me about how they respect the woman. Okay, this is make me very fascinating and interesting about. And tonight is exceptional. Yeah, tonight is exceptional, and today is also actually this month. Start from 31st of August. It's a special month and cross over to September. It's also reminds me why I choose this story to share with you. That is my birthday month. And then that is how I reminds me about my mother's love. Yes. So the mother love is important, and this month is also my mom's birthday. So every time when I think of birthday, everybody's birthday, I always say that we must think of for our mom. When your mother's still alive, then of course, you have to show your gratefulness to your mom. But if your mom's is not around anymore, but it's okay, it's still your mom, right? You still can find a suitable time and recalling back, as a sweet memory, and think about the mother's love. And then when you in sad time, when you're encountering difficulties, or when you're happy, so doesn't matter when you're happy, you are sad, that is the moment we should be grateful, yeah, because we are still breathing. And then mothers is always supporting us and always beside us. So wow, these few years when I'm traveling and when I meet the local community, it also reminds me and keep inspiring me. And that is one of the reasons why once upon a time, it's not something just to sharing you about the old story, but the objective behind is I want to share each experiences that I have encountered, each experiences, especially the past 5 6 years when I'm traveling in the Southeast Asia, how the people, how this community, why I love community so much, and why I love the local, and they're so innocent, and not about from this backstory about their family, the loyal tribe, and I do learn about even the piece of clothes here. Okay, this textile. Can you imagine? This they've been using for 1 month to produce it, just for one piece, from 1 month, stretch from the cotton and until the final products. So when I visited the whole Flores Island, I find the women power is really strong because in the agriculture farm, not only the men, but women also participate. Women is not just only taking good care of the family, cook a good food, just to make sure the safety in the house, make sure to grow up the children, but they also participating in the economic contribution. So they even go into the farm, they even making the local products, and even like to support the family values. Yeah. Then it also reminds me when I think of the Loy tribe, I also think of in Malaysia, because in Malaysia we have a very unique states also, which is called the Negeri Sembilan, and we have the Minangkabau. Yeah, the Minangkabau tribe, yeah, the Minangkabau community. Those days they came from the Sumatra. Today they have many descendants around in Negeri Sembilan. Also they practicing these women showing the respect. Kita panggil kita punya adat berpatih. So this is something very unique, And I really enjoy and love about all these small community, even though they are not the majority. But the simple way of life, they always give us a good message and a good meaning. Yeah. So I guess it's like this is the reason why when we travel, don't just focus, on the big destination, but we should look into the real culture, because always the real culture will make us appreciate more. When I say the word the real culture, like what I just experienced with the Loy family, not just visiting the village, but reserve some time, get yourself, spend half a day or even one night into the village home, and sitting down them, sitting down together with them, and try to understand their living, their way of the life. And from these simple little things that we do, it will be very helpful. It makes us understand more. Because just by nearby area, if you Google also, they will have a lot of fantastic destination attraction site, especially for people who love mountain climbing. Yeah, because I think Flores Island is one of the place. Travel by land is always quite challenging because it's lots of mountains around the whole Flores Island. So that's why I say when you're traveling in car, it's quite challenging. You like keep climbing up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, going through a lot of different mountains. But if you like enjoy like some this mountain trekking, then I think Forest Island is also one of the choice, the good choice for you. Okay, but the only thing is the food is sometimes is too simple. Trust me, yeah, because everywhere you go, you see garbage. Okay, everywhere you go, you see garbage, and I have to thanks to Forest Island. I'm from this plant-based. At first, I decided to become a vegetarian for about, at that time was almost like going to be 3 years. But because of the Florida Islands, I changed. I started to eat fish because I don't have much choice. It's either you eat cabbage or you go for, because I don't eat meat. For the past, I think in 2000, it was happened in 2000. 17, sorry. It was happened in 2017. I started to cut off all my meats. I don't take meats anymore. And that is become one of the challenges when I visit in Flores. And but the seafood is so fresh. The seafood is so fresh, and that is the one of the real. I mean, the one of the important economic sector for them for fishery. They are fishing because they don't go on farm. They really go out to the sea and catching the fish, and that's the reason why I no choice. I need to have a different type of protein. Then I decided to have my seafood back. So Flores, in this whole 2019 trip, it brings me is a lot of changes. I became like coffee lover, and now I'm very particular. That I only drink coffee bean from Flores. That's why now I seldom to support, on some other branding coffee. Yeah, and then thanks to currently I can get back my coffee bean already because last year is very difficult for the logistic. Try to arrange, it takes some time to arrive. And this year at least is have improved for the delivery service all the way from Flores Island. Yeah, and I have to thanks to my partner in Indonesia also. That just now you see the guy. He's with me. He's actually a tourist guide as well from the Indonesia. And without him, I don't think I can actually have such a great arrangement and to learn about simple story, but it really inspired me and to have some awesome experience, including like weaving making. Then it's actually motivating me to appreciate the local values, and it's also made me to appreciate the environment because they don't have they don't have technology, so everything you have to do it by your hand. Everything is called handmade. Everything is by the handmade. Yeah. Okay, so from this Leonie simple story, just the symbol of the breast, and it brings up the meaning. And today also, although I can't visit them, but this such a very short story, simple experience, and this cup of coffee, it really brightens my day. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy with me tonight's session, the Once Upon a Time, my experience traveling, for my travel experiences during the Southeast Asia this 5-6 year. And again, really wish that the pandemic move to the epidemic, since we cannot chase the virus away. So we have to learn to live with them. So everybody just have to stay safe, okay? Stay good health and keep the positive vibe. And looking forward to see you next Friday. Another short story for sharing. Okay? Good night. Enjoy your weekend.
Today with me is Pa Aloy. So he is a Leonese, and currently we are in the Leonese traditional house. So before we can enter into the traditional house, so Pa Aloy will explain to me a little bit. You can see we have a very interesting the symbol here. So there is a purpose and also a meaning. So jadi Pa Aloy, sebelum kita masuk ke rumah, mengapa tangan kita kena pegang di sini, ya, disentuh, ya.
Terima kasih. Supaya disentuh itu, maksudnya kita selalu menghormati kesannya sang yang melahirkan kita.
Okay. So from the explanation that why we touch the symbol of the breast, that is to remind us every human was born by the mother. So this is to show the respect to the mother. So lepas kita sentuh di sini, kita akan pergi ke
Ya, di
sebelah.
sebelah.
Ya, di sebelah. Jadi di sebelah sininya adalah apa yang maksud yang kita kena sentuh.
Yang satu lagi yang sebelah kanan ini, sebelah kanan,
Ya.
sebelah kanan ini maksudnya karena ini anak darah yang untuk minum ahli waris setelah mama ini meninggal.
Oh, yang mama meninggal. So that is the so from the mother now we go into the next generation. So this is actually the symbol of the younger women. So it shows that the heritage, it will be inherited continuously. So we will touch. So when we entering the house, when we both side being touched, that is also a kind of like a blessing, and also brings the fertility. Ya, terima kasih.
Ya, sama-sama.
Hello, now I'm in Leo, but now a different scenery. So now we are in the coffee plantations with me, Pak Aloy.
Ya.
Mr. Aloy is the owner of the plantations. Actually, this is part of his village in Leo. So instead of planting something, other plantations, he also planting the coffee. So that's what I experienced today with the Leonese traditional house in Wologai. Enjoy.